Good evening and welcome to Colburn Park as the 5 and 15 Newark Pilots are at home to play 2 against the 12 and 6 Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs. Both games will be 7 innings, with Game 2 starting about 30 minutes after the conclusion of Game 1. The Pilots won last night's game against the Geneva Redmonds 4-3 here at Colburn Park. After a great start from Henry Martinez, their bullpen shut the door on a late Red Wings rally. Mohawk Valley comes into today's matchup winners of 4 straight and in second place in the Eastern Division of the Perfect Game League. The Pilots still in the cellar of the West, 10.5 games behind the leaders Jamestown. The Pilots will throw their 6'3" right-hander from DeSales University and Somers, Connecticut, Adam Donovan. Donovan is making his league-leading 5th start of the summer and looking to pick up his first win. He's 0-4 with an 11.40 ERA in 15 previous innings. He's given up 23 hits, 22 runs, 19 of those earned, 17 walks while striking out 5. The defense behind Adam Donovan goes like this. Left to right in the outfield, John Ballier, Mark McKenna, Colton Carney. Left to right in the infield, Nick Eli, Mike O'Connor, Zach Santoro, Peter Battaglia. And catching Adam Donovan is Will Alaka. 76 degrees here at Colburn Park in Newark, New York. Clear skies for now. You're listening to Frank LaSala on the Newark Pilots Radio Network. Now, as the late, great Ernie Banks said, let's play 2. Digging in for Mohawk Valley to start this game, it's Alexis Manji Rodriguez, their second baseman from Barry University. The first pitch from Adam Donovan. Fastball, strike 1. So it's a 1-strike count to the leadoff man for the Diamond Dogs. Pitch misses inside as Donovan slips on the mound. Counts 1 ball and 1 strike. Donovan pitched into the 6th in his last 2 starts as he fires in strike 2. To Manji Rodriguez, the sophomore from Barry, batting .375 with a .474 on-base percentage. Where's number 12? The 1-2 from Donovan. Misses. Counts 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two pitch misses outside, ball 3. Donovan pitched into the 6th on Thursday in Jamestown. Left with a 5-3 lead. The Pilots eventually lost that game 9-3. The 3-2 is grounded foul. No play for Eli as it's out of play. Count remains full. So 3 batters into the 6th against Jamestown and 1 batter into the 6th against Geneva. He pitched into the 7th 3 times for DeSales University. The payoff pitch misses high, and it's a leadoff walk to Manji Rodriguez for Mohawk Valley.
Coming up, number 13, Tim Zane.
So that walk for Adam Donovan, it's his 18th. He's in 4th in the Perfect Game League coming into this game. That will bring up the left fielder for Mohawk Valley, Tim Zhang. Shooting sleeve on his left arm and shin guard on his right leg. Manji Rodriguez leads off. Zhang thinks about it. Does a swing and takes strike 1. Wearing number 13, batting .295 with a .385 on-base percentage. He's 13 for 44 in 13 previous games. Adam Donovan from the stretch, strike 2. So after starting 1-2 to Alexis Manji Rodriguez, counts 0-2 to Tim Zhang. Donovan looking to get the first out of this ball game. The 2-strike pitch taken low. Counts 1-2. Manji Rodriguez is being held on by Peter Battaglia. Battaglia making his 19th start for the Pilots on the summer. Donovan is working from the stretch. Runner leads off first, the 1-2. Lays off. Counts 2 balls and 2 strikes. First game of a 2-game doubleheader with Mohawk Valley. Supposed to play them back on the 4th game of the season, but it was rained out. Swung on and foul tipped into the glove of Alaka for strike 3. So Tim Zhang down swinging.
Now
The
coming up,
first strikeout of the
number
night
6,
for Donovan and the 6th strikeout of the summer for the right-hander. The first pitch to Austin Pollock, right fielder from Hofstra. This is in the dirt, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Alexis Manji Rodriguez leads off first. He walked on a full count to start this game against Adam Donovan. 1-0 pitch backhanded by Alaka in the dirt, counts 2-0. Pollock in 18 games batting .358 with a .444 on base percentage. He's 8th in the league with 24 hits and 8th with a .358 batting average. Donovan throws over Manji Rodriguez back in safely. Donovan working from the stretch. It's a 2-0 count to Pollock. Swinging line, past the glove of Santoro into right. Colton Carney over, cuts it off. Mohawk Valley. And they got runners on first and second with just 1 out here in the inning.
Number 24, Russ Olive.
Pilots are giving up 7 runs per game to their opponents. Mohawk Valley scoring just about 6 on the year. The former Pilot now, the first baseman Russ Olive digs in. First pitch from Adam Donovan misses high. Counts 1-0. Donovan has struggled in the early innings of ball games and then has gotten better as the games have gone on. He has runners on first and second here as 2 of the 3 batters he's faced have reached base. The 1-0 to the first baseman Olive, taken outside. Counts 2-0. Olive, the sophomore from UMass Lowell, batting .254 with a .439 on base percentage. Donovan from the stretch, the 2-0. Counts 3-0. So Donovan a pitch away from loading up the bases here in the top of the first. Olive, the left-handed hitting first baseman, working against Adam Donovan, the right-handed throwing pitcher for the Pilots, the 3-0. Fastball below the knees, 4-1. Manji Rodriguez leads off second, he walked. Pollock leads off first, he singled. Olive deep in the left-handed batter's box. The 3-1 swung on and missed, strike 2. So Donovan has worked this count back full. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the first inning here in game 1 of this doubleheader. Both games, 7 innings. Donovan looks back. Payoff pitch popped up. Carney back, finds it, settles under it, charges, makes the play. Manji Rodriguez will tag. The throw from Carney to third is bobbled by Nick Eli. So Manji Rodriguez tags up on the fly out from Russ Olive.
Outs now coming up to the plate, number 20, Clay Kaneki.
Never like to assume, but if Nick Eli holds on to that ball, Adam Donovan is pry out of the inning. That extends the inning for the catcher for the Diamond Dogs, Clay Konecki. Konecki, 7th in the league with 16 RBIs, has a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. He's also 10th in the league in average with a .358 and 8th in hits with 24. Batting fifth in the lineup, takes outside for ball one. Counts 1-0 to the sophomore from Monmouth. Manji Rodriguez leads off third. Austin Pollock leads off first. Adam Donovan's working from the stretch, the 1-0. In the dirt. Alaka goes to the backhand to stop it. Counts 2-0. So it's 2 balls, no strikes to Konecki, the catcher. Now it's 2-1. Donovan fires in a fastball for strike one. A walk and a hit in this inning for the Diamond Dogs. Donovan working from the stretch. Looks over. Now time is called by home plate umpire Rick Elrod. Ahead of the 2-1 from Adam Donovan. The 6'3" right-hander from Somers, Connecticut, in DeSales University. To strand these base runners. Runner goes. It's a hit and run, and it's going to be a base hit. It's going to be an RBI single for Clay Konecki. And the Diamond Dogs are on the board here in the top of the first. So a 2-out single on a 2-run count.
For the Diamond Dogs.
And
Number
Konecki
3, Zach
has
Coker.
driven in the first run for Mohawk Valley in his 17th. That'll extend the inning for the third baseman, Zach Coker, sophomore from Alabama. Fastball misses high, ball one. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. It's 1-0. Diamond Dogs in the top of the first. Donovan working from the stretch. Fastball swung on and missed by Coker. Strike one. Coker, the third baseman from Alabama Crimson Tide. He's 13 for 60, batting .217 with a .365 on-base percentage in 18 games for Mohawk Valley. Donovan looks back at second. Now the 1-1. Misses. Counts 2-1. It's Austin Pollock on second and Clay Konecki on first. Both singled. Konecki's single was an RBI single. The 2-1 from Adam Donovan. Fastball taken for strike two. So it's 2 balls, it's 2 strikes, there's 2 outs. There's 2 runners on. Deuce is wild here in the top of the first. To the third baseman, Coker. Donovan from the stretch has thrown a lot of pitches in this top of the first. Coker thinks about it, lays off, and the count's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So with 2 outs and a full count, the runners on first and second will be going. So they'll have a head start. Donovan from the stretch. The 3-2 to Coker. Misses inside, ball 4. So the bases are loaded after a 2-out walk to Coker. And that will bring up Nico Ramos.
For Mohawk Valley, number 11, Nico Ramos.
Nico Ramos, a freshman from Siena. He's the designated hitter. Bennett Schultz will go out to talk to Donovan. And Ramos will go out and talk to his third base coach. It's 1-0 Mohawk Valley here in the top of the first. They've walked twice and singled twice. Clay Konecki, his single, drove in Alexis Manji Rodriguez from third for the first run. Coker then walked to load the bases. Nico Ramos, he's 4 for 16 in 8 games with a .250 batting average. He has not driven in a run. He'll come up from the left side with a good opportunity to drive in his first run of the summer. He'll sport the no batting glove look. The number 11 on his back. The first pitch from Donovan at the knees, strike one. Ramos from Siena. So the third different Metro Athletic Atlantic Conference player to come up in this inning. One strike pitch bounced away from Malacca, but not far enough away for Austin Pollock to advance. Jack Fosand would be on the mound for the Diamond Dogs in the bottom of the inning. The 1-1 rounded foul out of play. Counts 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Adam Donovan, a strike away from stranding the bases loaded here in the top of the first. Diamond Dogs already with 1 run in. Pitching to the lefty Ramos. 1-2 taken outside. Counts all evened up at 2s to the designated hitter, Ramos. Joe Engel, the shortstop, would be next. Ramos, the 7th batter of the inning, the 2-2. Breaking ball inside, strike 3, ring him up. Ramos down looking, but not before Mohawk Valley gets a run. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and the bases are left loaded. After a half an inning, the Diamond Dogs lead 1-0. The Pilots coming to bat.
For all your vehicle needs. Stop and see them today.
Welcome back. Bottom of the first inning. Pilots down already 1-0. After an RBI single from the catcher Clay Konecki put the Diamond Dogs on the board through the first half of this inning. Mohawk Valley will send their junior right-hander from Dartmouth to the hill, Jack Fosan. He's pitched in 2 games, started both. He's 0-2 with a 3.60 ERA. 10 innings pitched, 9 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, 3 walks, and 7 Ks. Has not gotten much run support through his first 2 starts. The first one at Oneonta, team scored just 1 run. The second one against Amsterdam, team only scored him 3. The lineup for the Pilots against Fosan. It's Mark McKenna, the center fielder, batting first. John Ballier, the left fielder, batting second. Willow Locke, the catcher, batting third. Peter Battaglia, cleaning up, playing first. Ho Chuan Pan, the designated hitter, hitting fifth. Colton Carney, the right fielder, hitting sixth. Nick Eli, the third baseman, hitting seventh. Zach Santoro, the second baseman, hitting eighth. And Michael O'Connor, the shortstop, batting ninth. Mark McKenna digs in, so the first batter that Fossen will face is a lefty from the Pilots. Swung on and missed from McKenna. Fossen blew a fastball right by him for strike one. Fossen standing at 6'5", 220 on the mound. The one strike pitch, swung on and missed, strike two. McKenna just 8 for 39 on the year. His average above the Mendoza line at 205 after getting on 2 times yesterday and 2 times back on Sunday. So he's been on base quite a few times in his last 2 games. The 2-strike pitch taken outside for ball one. McKenna wearing 25 in the left-handed batter's box. He's playing center field for the Pilots, making his 11th start. 1-2 pitch from Fossen from the windup, poked into left. Shortstop back, left fielder in. The left fielder, Zhang, will settle under it, make the play for the first out of the game for Newark. That will bring up their left-handed hitting left fielder, John Ballier. Ballier went 0 for 3 with 2 walks and a run scored last night in the wing against Geneva. He's batting .258 on the summer with a .367 on-base percentage. Leads the team with 17 base knocks. First pitch from the righty Fossen, swung on, fouled up the third base line, foul for strike one. Game one of this 2-game doubleheader, both games 7 innings at Colburn Park. Making up a rainout against Mohawk Valley from back in the beginning of the year. Fossen from the windup, the 1-strike pitch to Ballier. Could not lay off a pitch upstairs. He's behind at no balls and 2 strikes. Willawaka, the catcher, waits on deck. Fossen working from the windup. Here with his white cleats, 2-strike pitch, swung on, fouled back. John Ballier stays alive, counts 0-2. Ballier all over the plate in the left-handed batter's box. Waits the 2-strike pitch from Fossen. It's outside. It's ball one. So it's a 1-2 count to the Pilots' left fielder Ballier. Their catcher waiting on deck. Fossen working from the windup. Wind blowing in. The 1-2. Swung on and missed strike 3. Ballier is down swinging. And the first 2 Pilots have been retired in the bottom of the first inning. So that will bring up the University of Virginia backstop, Willow Locke. He's 12 for 50, batting .240 on the summer. Went 0 for 2 with a pair of walks and a run scored in the 4-3 win last night. Fossen from the windup, the first pitch. Taken for strike one. Locke has been swinging a hot bat as of late. He's a designated hitter tonight as Jonathan Parker caught Henry Martinez. 1-straight pitch inside. Ball one. Jonathan Parker will catch game 2 of this doubleheader. And he will catch the left-handed pitcher Chris Vitale. Fossen working from the windup. The 1-1 to a Locke. Taken. Strike one. So it's 1 ball. There's 2 strikes to the Pilots catcher Willow Locke in the bottom of the first inning. With Mohawk Valley leading 1-0. Boston looking to shut the Pilots down here in the first. The 1-2. Low. Counts 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to the Pilots backstop. Lockout. Digs in, now waits. Boston working from the windup. The 2-2. Raking ball. Grounded to third. Third baseman started in, goes back. It hits off his chest into left. It'll be a base hit for Will Alaka. And the Pilots have a 2-out base runner here in the bottom of the first.
Now up to the plate, number 78.
Would have been a tough play
Niagara
for
University.
the University of Alabama third baseman Coker to make. And that brings up the first baseman, Peter Battaglia. Battaglia batting .246 with a .402 on-base percentage, went 1 for 3 with an RBI last night. Alaka extended the inning. He's on first. First pitch from Fossen misses low. Counts 1-0. Battaglia digs in with 2 outs. Fossen working from the stretch for the first time tonight. The 1-0. Swung on, fouled back. Counts 1 ball and 1 strike. Pilots lead or trail 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Konecki sets up behind the plate. The 1-1 to Battaglia. Lined into right. The right fielder goes back. He's still back. It's over his head. This is a base hit. Alaka will round second. He'll round third. Alaka to the plate. The throw is up the line. He will score. It's a 2-out RBI double for Peter Battaglia. And the Pilots have tied this one up in the bottom of the first.
Now coming up, the Newark Pilots, number 9, Ho Chuan Pan from Fujian Catholic.
So that's Peter Battaglia's 9th RBI on the year. Ties Ober Torres for the team lead. On a ball that was roped in to right, that just kept sending the right fielder Austin Pollock back towards the wall. So the Pilots have their first run, tie it up at 1. Now extend the inning for the Taiwanese catcher Po. The first pitch to him, swung on, grounded to first. The first baseman over, flips to the pitcher covering for the out. So Alaka is stranded on, or Battaglia is stranded on second. But that was after he drove in the tying run in this game on a 2-out RBI double to right field to knot this one up at 1. Mohawk Valley will have 8, 9, and 1 when we get back on the top of the second. 1-1 here at Coleburn Park. So Adam Donovan back on the hill working from the windup as the Pilots tied this game up in the bottom of the first. The first pitch to the shortstop Joe Engel. This high, it's ball 1. Ho grounded out to the first baseman to end this inning. And now the 1-0 hits Engel on the shoulder. So he reaches base on a hit by pitch. And that's back-to-back innings where Mohawk Valley has had a leadoff man on to start the inning. That brings up the number 9 hitter, Ben Porter. He's a center fielder from Columbia. He's a sophomore there. He has 15 hits and 62 at-bats, batting .242 with a .314 on-base percentage. Donovan looks over. Porter leads off. Donovan working from the stretch where he worked for most of the first inning. First pitch to Ben Porter this time. Counts 1-0. Angle being held on by Battaglia over at first. He's stolen 2 bases and has not been caught. The 1-0 pitch was fired in from Donovan for strike 1. The 1-1 roped down the third base line, but foul. Counts 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. The hitter is the center fielder, Porter, with the shortstop Angle leading off first. Donovan working from the stretch, the 1-2. Grounded to second. O'Connor over. Flips to Santoro at second. Return throw, not in time. A little bobble from O'Connor may have costed the Pilots the second out, but they get the lead runner at second on the 6-4 force out. So Porter takes over at first on the fielder's choice. That'll flip the lineup back over for Alexis Manji Rodriguez. Sophomore from Barry walked and scored the run for Mohawk Valley in the first. Standing at just 5'6" in the right-handed batter's box. He's from Pembroke Pines, Florida. First pitch to him, strike 1. Battaglia holding Ben Porter on at first. Adam Donovan working from the stretch, throws over. Porter dives back in safely. Ben Porter has not attempted a stolen base to his first 16 games as Donovan steps off, ahead of the 1-strike pitch to Manji Rodriguez, who walked on a 3-2 count his first time up. The runner takes his lead off of first. That's Porter. This one, the 1-strike pitch lofted into right. Colton Carney goes over, settles under it, makes the play for the second out of the inning. Adam Donovan, an out away from the shutdown inning here in the top of the second. The hitter is Tim Zhang. He's a lefty. He's a sophomore from Fairfield. He struck out swinging for the game's first out in the last inning. Donovan looks over. Porter takes his lead. Now gets his secondary lead. He goes. The throw down from Malacca in the dirt. The scoop and the tag from O'Connor, inning over. Caught stealing to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. And because of the Ben Porter caught stealing, no runners left on base. It'll be Colton Carney, Nick Eli, Zach Santoro. We get back in the bottom of the second. Colton Carney will lead it off for the Pilots here in the bottom of the first. The first pitch from Fossen, below the knees, ball one. Pilots tied the score up in the bottom half of the first on a 2-out RBI double to right field from their first baseman, Battaglia. Alaka scored the tying run. The 1-0 from Fossen. Grounded to the third baseman, Coker. Waits on it. Carney sprinting down the line. He is out at first. Made it a closer play than it looked like it was going to be off the bat.
Now at the plate, number 7.
For the first out of the inning.
Eli from Notre Dame College.
That will bring up the third baseman from Notre Dame College, Nick Eli. Playing third, he's 2 for 10 on the year through his first 3 games. Has played a great defensive third, however. Fossen working here from the windup. First pitch to Eli, strike one. The leadoff man, Carney, grounded out to start this inning. It's 1-1. We're in the bottom of the second of game 1 of this doubleheader. Breaking ball. Eli could not wait on it. Fouls back. Counts 0-2. Eli's Notre Dame teammate, Zach Santoro, waits on deck. Eli, wearing number 7 from Aurora, Ohio, waits for the 2-strike pitch from the stretch. Make that the windup. It's in the dirt. Ball one. Donovan retired. The Diamond Dogs 1-2-3 in the top of this inning thanks to a caught ceiling to end the inning. The 1-2's popped up. The first baseman, Olive, will go over, give it a look. It bounces off the bleachers here on the first base side. Counts 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Nick Eli, the third baseman at the plate. Jack Fossen working from the windup. 1-2. Misses low. Counts 2 balls and 2 strikes. From the windup, the 2-2. Bounced to the net, and the count is full to Nick Eli. He's come back to make this count 3 balls and 2 strikes. With a white shooting sleeve on his right arm, Pilots wearing their alternate powder blues today. The 3-2. Fouled out of play. Eli stays alive. Here with 1 out in the bottom of the second. Working against Jack Fossen. He's in the windup. The payoff pitch. Inside, it hits him. So Nick Eli, after a full count, working the count into his favor, he's hit on the payoff pitch.
Also from Notre Dame College, number 8, Zach Santoro.
So that will bring up Nick Eli's Notre Dame College teammate, Zach Santoro. Santoro making his 3rd start, all at second base. He's 1 for 5. Started in game 2 of the doubleheader on Friday night against Onondaga. The first pitch to him, fouled back, strike 1. Eli leads off first. Santoro's only hit to his first 5 bats came with the Pilots trailing 7-6 after originally being down 7-0 in game 2 against Onondaga. It was the game-tying RBI to tie game 2 at 7. The Pilots eventually lost that game 9-7 to split the doubleheader. The 1-strike pitch to Santoro, swung on and missed. Strike 2. So Santoro down to his final strike. It is Notre Dame teammate Eli leading off first. He was hit by a pitch with 1 out. Fossen from the stretch. The junior from Dartmouth. The 2-strike pitch taken low. Just missed the zone. Counts 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the second here in game 1 of this doubleheader. Slow roller to short. The only play will be at first. The play, he's off the bag. So Russ Olive, the first baseman, was pulled off the bag on the throw by the shortstop angle. It'll be an E6.
Now coming to the plate, number 10.
So it'll be an infield hit. An infield hit would have been a tough play to get Santoro anyway. So no error on the shortstop angle. And Santoro has his second hit of the summer. Had to confer with the official score on the ruling on that one. And now the pitching coach will go out and talk to Fawcett. The rest of the infield will join him. Mike O'Connor will be the hitter. The number 9 hole hitter. He's 1 for 9, batting 111 with a .467 on base percentage. So he's only gotten 1 hit, but he's walked 6 times. He's also driven in 2 and will have an opportunity to break this 1-1 tie here in the bottom of the second. He's the number 9 hole hitter. The leadoff man, Mark McKenna, waits on deck. There's 1 out, and the Notre Dame college teammates, Eli and Santoro, are on second and first. O'Connor at the dish, Fawcett from the stretch. The first pitch at the knees, strike 1. So Zach Santoro's hit was his second and the team's third. O'Connor, number 10, the shortstop, awaits from Fawcett, number 31, from the stretch. Pitches in the dirt, backhanded by Konecki. Counts 1-1. O'Connor adjusts his batting gloves. Now waits the pitch from Fawcett from the stretch. The 1-1 swung on and missed. Strike 2. So O'Connor down to his final strike. Santoro singled. He was down to his final strike. For the Pilots' third hit. The 1-2 to O'Connor, taken low. Counts 2-2. So all evened up to the University of Buffalo shortstop, Mike O'Connor. Wearing number 10 on his back, awaits the 2-2 from Fawcett. Here it is. Taken up and in. And the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So after starting out 1-2, O'Connor has worked this count back full. Santoro and Eli, with less than 2 outs, we'll see if they'll be going. See if the third base coach, Franklin Bush, sends him. They do not. The 3-2. Line into center. It's a base hit. Nick Eli comes around third. He will be held right there. The throw gets cut off by the first baseman, Russ Olive. So it's a 1-out single for Mike O'Connor. And back-to-back singles have loaded up the bases for the top of the lineup, Mark McKenna.
From Canisius College, number 25, Mark McKenna.
McKenna, the center fielder, flew out to left his first time up. Pilots with 4 hits already through the first inning and a third. They had just 5 last night. The bases full of Pilots. McKenna, the first pitch, hits him. So McKenna walks in a run on the hit by pitch. It's the second hit batter for Fawcett. And The second
Get louder in the stands,
run
it helps.
scored for the Pilots. So a tough RBI for McKenna. He picks up his fourth. That brings up John Ballier. McKenna took that one right off the right hip, turned right into it from Fawcett. Working from the stretch, the first pitch to Ballier in the dirt, backhanded by Konecki. Ball one. Bases full of Pilots. Ballier with a chance to do some damage here in the bottom of the second. Pops it up. Zhang started back, now settles in. He charges it. Santoro will start to tag. Stays right there. So no tag from Santoro. Ballier's fly out is the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Will Alaka, the seventh batter of the inning.
Our catcher for the season, number 27.
Singled and scored the game's
from
first run.
University of Virginia.
His last time up. Adam Donovan getting a long break in between innings, as the Pilots have had a lengthy bottom of the second. And now, home plate umpire Rick Elrod is going to call for time. So Alaka steps in with the bases loaded. There was a standoff going on between Zach Mann and one of the Mohawk Valley pitchers. Zach Mann wins the contest. Hopefully the Pilots can win this game. The first pitch to Alaka, taken downstairs, counts 1-0. Nowhere to put Will. The bases are full of Pilots. It's Santoro, it's O'Connor, and it's McKenna. Grounded foul, counts 1-1. McKenna drove in the second run for the Pilots in the go-ahead run. And he was hit by the first pitch of his AB from Jack Fawcett. The 6'5" right-hander from Dartmouth. Rick Elrod gives the ready for play. The 1-1. Lined into center field. Porter goes back. He's still back. He'll make the play to end the inning. So allowed fly out to Peter, or the allowed fly out from Will Alaka to Ben Porter in center field to end the inning. Pilots get one when Mark McKenna was hit by a pitch with bases loaded. 2 hits, no errors, and they leave the bases loaded. They lead 2-1. It'll be Adam Donovan back on the hill when we get back in the top of the third. First pitch to the leadoff man in the inning, Tim Zhang, is popped up. McKenna, the center fielder, settles under it, gloves it for the first out. Zhang was at the plate when Ben Porter was caught stealing to end the top of the second. So it's a one pitch out from Adam Donovan. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 in this inning. Zhang, then Austin Pollock at the plate now, and Russ Olive against the 6'3" righty in the top of the third, working with a 2-1 lead, working with a lead for the first time tonight. The first pitch taken for a strike from Austin Pollock. Donovan working from the windup, the one-strike pitch. Popped up. Colton Carney tracks back, settles under it, makes the play. Back-to-back flyouts to start this inning. And that would bring up the cleanup hitter, the first baseman, Russ Olive. He flew out to Colton Carney, his first time up, back in the first. Donovan has thrown 3 pitches to get the first 2 batters out here in the inning. Looking to go 1, 2, 3 for consecutive innings. The first pitch outside from UMass Lowell, ball 1. He's 0 for 1. He's 15 for 60 on the year, good enough for 250. Breaking ball across the zone, misses for ball 2. Top of the third inning of this 7-inning game 1. We're going to play 2 here at Colburn Park. Second game starting about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. The 2-0 lined into center. McKenna started back, now will come in. He'll find it, he'll settle under it, and he'll make the play for the final out of the top of the third. Adam Donovan gets the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs to go 1, 2, 3 in this half inning. It'll be Battaglia, Poe, and Colton Carney. The Pilots lead 2-1 after 2.5. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Top or bottom of the third inning here at Colburn Park. The Pilots have scored in each of their first 2 ABs. It'll be Battaglia, who drove in the Pilots' first run on a 2-out RBI double to right, his first time up. Takes at the knees for strike 1. So Battaglia is 1 for 1 tonight with that double. He drove in his 9th RBI, ties over Torres for the team lead. The 1-strike pitch. Thought about it, lays off. Counts 1-1. It'll be Battaglia, the first baseman, Poe, the designated hitter, and Colton Carney, here against Jack Fossen in the bottom of the third. The 1-1. Swung on, foul back. Counts 1-2. One ball, two strikes to the leadoff man, Pete Battaglia. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI double tonight. The 1-2 from the windup. Lined into left. This one's going to be a base hit. This one's going to be trouble. Battaglia is going to round first. He's going to head to second. The throw into second base is not in time. It's a leadoff double for Peter Battaglia. He's 2 for 2. And the Pilots have a leadoff man in scoring position to start this third. That'll bring up the designated hitter, their Taiwanese-born backup catcher, Po Chuan Pan. Po grounded out to the first baseman his first time up. Looks down at third base coach Franklin Bush for the signs. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for Mohawk Valley. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Pilots. We're 1 batter into the third and already have more hits than we did last night. The first baseman in, anticipating a bunt. No square from Poe as he takes strike 1. So the first baseman, Olive, will back up. Third baseman playing a few steps behind third base. Jack Fossen working from the stretch. Looks back at Battaglia on second. Looks back again, now fires the 1-strike pitch. Misses low. Counts 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. We're in the bottom of the third of game 1 of this 2-game doubleheader. Both games will be 7 innings at Colburn Park. The first of 2 straight doubleheaders. Tomorrow, Jamestown comes in for 2. For a battle with the 16-5 first place Jammers. The 1-1. Breaking ball taken. Poe falls behind 1-2. Poe with his socks showing, pants pulled up, and the shin guard on his left leg with a left shooter sleeve. The 1-2 misses outside. Counts 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pilots have had 2 hits through the first 2 innings and 1 hit during the top of the third. It's a 2-2 count to their designated hitter, Poe, from Taiwan City, Taiwan, and Fujian Catholic University. The 2-2. Grounded into the hole. This one's going to be a base hit. Battaglia will move up 90 feet to third. It's back-to-back hits to start off this inning. And with runners on the corners, that brings up Colton Carney.
Colton Carney from Seton University comes to the plate.
Colton Carney, one of the top triples guys in the league, as the pitching coach for Mohawk Valley will go out and talk to Fossen, and now he'll single towards the bullpen. So Jack Fossen's day is over. Just 2 batters into the bottom of the third. We'll be right back. So after a leadoff double by Peter Battaglia and a single from Poe to put runners on the corners, the Diamond Dogs will go to a new pitcher here in the bottom of the third to face Colton Carney. It's number 25, Levi Abrahamson, a right-handed pitcher. He's 6 feet tall, 175 pounds, from Mountain Home, Idaho, and Treasure Valley Community College. He is on for the Diamond Dogs in the bottom of the third. Throws over to first at Poe, ahead of the first pitch to the right fielder, Colton Carney. Carney near the league lead in triples. He has 2. Good enough for third place, tied with the Pilots' Mark McKenna for third. So Abrahamson appearing in his second game, went 2 1/3 innings in his first, 1 hit, 2 walks, a strikeout for the Diamond Dogs. He's working here against the Pilots in the bottom of the third. Pilots lead 2-1. An RBI double from Battaglia in the first, and a hit by pitch with the bases loaded to McKenna in the second. The first pitch to Colton Carney is smoked down the third base line, but foul. Counts 0-1 to the right fielder from Brecksville, Ohio, and Seton Hill University, standing at 6'4", 210. The 0-1. Swung on and missed off speed. Strike 2. Colton Carney, 3 RBIs on the summer with a chance to drive in Battaglia from third and extend the Pilots' lead. They've scored in each of the first 2 innings. The 2-strike pitch. Breaking ball off speed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Colton Carney is down swinging for the first out of the inning.
Eli from Notre Dame College.
That'll bring up their right-handed hitting third baseman, Nick Eli. He looks down at Franklin Bush at third for the sign. With an elbow guard on his left arm and a shooting sleeve on his right. The first pitch popped up out of play. Counts 0-1. Zach Santoro waits on deck. Eli was hit by a pitch and then scored his first plate appearance as he takes strike 2. Bases are occupied at first and third by the Pilots. Battaglia on third, he doubled. Poe on first, he singled. The 2-strike pitch from Abrahamson. Poked into center field. This one's deep. It has Porter back. Still back. Settles under it. Makes the play. Deep enough for Battaglia to tag from third. It's a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Nick Eli. It's Eli's first RBI of the summer, and the score is 3-0.
Now coming to the plate, number 8, Zach Santoro from Notre Dame College.
So Battaglia comes around to score the Pilots' third run of the game. Now we'll bring up Zach Santoro with a runner on first and 2 away. Abrahamson from the stretch. Poe goes. Hit and run on as Santoro fouls it back towards the net. So the count's 0-1 to the right-handed hitting second baseman from Clarksville, Ohio. Steps in, working against Levi Abrahamson. In and relief of Jack Fossen, who went 2+, allowed 6 hits, 3 earned so far, posed his responsibility. Didn't walk anyone, hit 2, and struck out 1 Pilot hitter. The 1-strike pitch popped up. First baseman Olive gives it a look, runs out of room. Counts 0-2. Santoro hit an infield single his first time up. So he's 1 for 1 tonight. Batting .333 on the summer. The 2-strike pitch, Poe goes. Grounded, foul. Count remains 0-2. Poe looked like he got a good jump from first on that one. The hit and run was on with 2 outs. Poe has stolen 1 base this year. Let's see if he's going. Throw over. Head for slide safely. So no dice for Levi Abrahamson. Counts 0-2. There's 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. The 2-strike pitch. Line. Foul. As Santoro will go over. Broke another bat. It's the 2nd bat he's broken of this game. Here through 2 plate appearances. He's 1 for 1 tonight, looking to extend the inning. There's 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 3rd, and Poe leads off first. Pilots have a run home in this inning on a Nick Santoro sacrifice fly. The 2-strike pitch from Abrahamson. Swung on, fouled back. Count still 0-2. Santoro digs in. Counts 0-2. Poe leads off first. 2-strike pitch. Grounded to short. He'll flip to second for the force. The inning is over. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors in the inning, and they leave a man on base. They lead 3-1 here in Colburn Park. We played 3.
Now you can go to your phone.
We'll
go
be
to
right back.
NewarkPilots.tv. Listen to Frank.
The leadoff man will be Clay Konecki, swinging at the first pitch. Bobbled by O'Connor, and he is going to reach on an error. So the leadoff man, Konecki, reaches on an E6 to start this top of the 4th. It's the Pilots' first error of the game. It's Mike O'Connor's 3rd through 5 games at short.
Up to the plate for Mohawk Valley, number 3, Zach Coker.
So that will bring up Zach Coker, walked in his first plate appearance back in the 1st. Adam Donovan working from the stretch. Coker squares the bunt, pulls it back, ball 1. The leadoff man in the inning, Clay Konecki, grounded the first pitch to the shortstop, Mike O'Connor. He bobbled it. Pick up his 3rd error. Donovan working from the stretch. Looks over. Battaglia holding on. Konecki. Coker squares the bunt. Pulls it back. The throw behind from Alaka. Blocked by Battaglia from getting into right. Counts 2-0. Donovan came on to pitch After giving up a run in the top of the first, came back on in the second with a 1-1 game, then came back on in the top of the third in a 2-run game, and is working now in the top of the fourth in a 3-1 game. So the Pilots, who have scored in their first 3 innings, have been giving him leads that have gotten bigger each time up. Coker swinging this time on 2-0. Ball's foul. So it's 2-1. Nick Eli is playing in a few steps at third. Battaglia holding on the runner at first. Coker, the Alabama Crimson Tide third baseman at the dish. The 2-1. Misses high. Counts 3-1. We've played 3. We're in the top of the fourth of game 1 of this doubleheader. Both games will be 7 innings here at Colburn Park. Donovan from the stretch. The 3-1. Fastball. Coker doesn't like it. Strike 2. Three balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Konecki leads off first. He reached on an error. Not going. The 3-2 has popped up. Alaka gives it a look. No dice. And it's out of play. So count remains full to the third baseman, Coker, with the second baseman, Konecki, on first. The 3-2 in the dirt, ball 4. It's Zach Coker's second walk of the evening. And the first 2 men are on here against Donovan in the second. We'll make that the 4th. Donovan has retired. Had retired 4 in a row coming into this inning. And had gone 1, 2, 3 in the last 2. That brings up the left-handed hitting designated hitter Nico Ramos. He's 0 for 1, struck out looking to end the first. He left the bases loaded in that inning. Battaglia in on the grass at first, middle infield and double play depth. Nick Eli about a step in from the bag at third. Ramos squares the bunt, pulls it back, and takes ball 1. Clay Konecki on second, reached on an error. Zach Coker on first, walked. The hitter is Nico Ramos. The freshman from Siena, the designated hitter, squares the bunt, gets it down. Donovan charges. Only play is at first to get the out. So a sacrifice bunt, score that 1-4 with Santoro covering.
Now stepping up to the plate, tonight's designated man number 4, Joe.
And there's one away. That brings up the shortstop, Joe Engel. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. Has a chance to tie this game up here in the top of the 4th. Tying run stands on second for the Diamond Dogs. Takes outside ball 1. We're in the top of the 4th in game 1. Engel has driven in 6 runs on the summer. Sophomore from Columbia. Waits. The 1-0. Fastball, strike 1. Adam Donovan working from the stretch here in the top of the 4th. The 1-1. Upstairs. Counts 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. The hitter is Joe Engel. The 2-1, Awaka will hold it there. No dice. Counts 3-1. Shortstop was hit by a pitch his first time up. Center fielder Ben Porter waits on deck. Donovan a ball away from loading the bases here in the top of the fourth. The 3-1. Swung on, fouled back. The count is full. One run, 2 hits, no errors for Mohawk Valley. 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 errors for the Pilots. We are in the top of the fourth here at Colburn Park in game 1 of a 2-game set. Both games will be 7 innings. Donovan from the stretch, the payoff pitch. Grounded up the middle. Santoro charges, backhands, fires the first for the out. But a run will score as Konecki comes around on the out. Coker moves up 90 feet to third.
Number 10, Ben.
Joe Engel picks up his 7th RBI, and Clay Konecki scores the Diamond Dogs' 2nd run of the game. First pitch to the center fielder, Ben Porter, misses for ball 1. Porter grounded into a fielder's choice and then was caught stealing his first time up. The 1-0 from Donovan. Outside. Counts 2-0. Working from the windup with a runner on third. It's the righty Ben Porter at the dish. 2-0 from Donovan. Grounded to Eli. Off his hit. Bounce right to O'Connor. At the play at first, in time. Inning over. So the Pilots catch a break as the ball was lined right off the hip of Nick Eli, but right into the glove of Mike O'Connor. O'Connor fired the relay to first to end the inning. So O'Connor makes up for his blunder, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, 1 error in the inning, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the fourth. It's 3-2 Pilots. It'll be 9-1-2 when we get back.
Now coming to the plate.
It'll be O'Connor,
from the
McKenna,
University of Buffalo, number 10, Michael
and
O'Connor.
John Ballier to start this bottom of the fourth. Mohawk Valley got 1 back in the top half on an RBI ground out from Joe Engel. O'Connor made an error in the top half and then made a great defensive play for the final out. On a ball that was scorched off the bat of Ben Porter, hit off the hip of Nick Eli at third, bounced right to O'Connor, who made a strong throw to beat the speedy Porter to end the inning. The 1-0 is taken for strike 1. Pilots' shortstop tonight is 1 for 1 tonight with a single. Make that 2 for 10 on the year, batting 200. The 1-1. Taken upstairs. Counts 2 balls, 1 strike. The Pilots have had 1 run and 2 hits in each of the first 3 innings. They've left 5 on. Levi Abrahamson still on the hill. The 2-1 misses upstairs, ball 3. So Jack Fossen goes 2 innings plus 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, and a strikeout against the Pilots hitters. Abrahamson from the stretch. The 3-1 is fouled into the Pilots bullpen. And the count is full to O'Connor. O'Connor singled on a full count, his first time up. Steps out and now looks at his bat and takes a deep breath, something we've become accustomed to seeing. The 3-2, taken inside, ball 4. So a leadoff walk to Mike O'Connor to start this inning, and the Pilots have a leadoff base runner on for the second time in as many innings.
Number 25, Mark McKenna from Canisius College.
That'll bring up their left-handed hitting center fielder, Mark McKenna. McKenna was hit by a pitch to drive in the Pilots' second run. In the bottom of the second with the bases loaded. O'Connor will lead off first. He's being held on over there by Russ Olive. Throw over from Abrahamson. O'Connor dives back in safely. O'Connor has not attempted a stolen base through his first 4 games. The first pitch to McKenna swung on, fouled back. Strike 1. Adam Donovan has gone 4, has given up just 2 hits and 1 earned run. McKenna squares the bunt on the 1-strike pitch. He pulled it back and took ball 1. Donovan has also walked 3 and hit a batter. So his total is up to 20 walks on the summer. Those 20 walks are tied with our reliever, Jake Bernardo, for the team lead and second in the perfect game league. The 1-1 pitched missed, counts 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. McKenna at the dish, squares the bunt, pops it up. The pitcher charges, makes the play for the first out. So McKenna doesn't get the job done as he pops the bunt into the air
John Valier
for the first out in the inning. So O'Connor heads back to first. And Valier, the left-handed hitting left fielder, looks down for the sign. He's 0 for 2 thus far tonight. Digs in wearing number 13 for the Pilots. Has 8 RBIs on the year. Lines this one deep to right. Right fielder goes back, settles under it, makes the play. So back-to-back pitches, back-to-back outs for the first 2 outs of this bottom of the 4th. Abrahamson looking to lead
number 27.
the Pilots off the scoreboard for the first time tonight. That'll bring up their University of Virginia catcher, Will Alaka. He's 1 for 2 tonight with a walk and a run scored. Scored on the RBI double from Peter Battaglia. O'Connor leads off first. The first pitch to Alaka. Breaking ball, strike 1. O'Connor walked, then McKenna popped up a bunt attempt, and Valier flew out to right. The 1-strike pitch. Alaka takes low. Counts 1-1. Alaka starting game 1 of the 7-inning doubleheader against the Diamond Dogs. Jonathan Parker will start game 2. Parker went 0 for 3 with a walk last night. The 1-1. Runner goes. Pitch is high. The throw down. O'Connor is out at second to end the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors. And because of the caught stealing, no one left on base. We've played 4. The Pilots lead 3-2. It'll be the top of the order for the Diamond Dogs when we get back.
Alexis Monchi Rodriguez.
First pitch from Adam Donovan in the top of the 5th. Almost hits Alexis Monchi Rodriguez in the head. He had to duck out away from that one. In the top of the 5th, Pilots lead it 3-2 here at Colburn Park in Game 1 of this doubleheader. Monchi Rodriguez walked and scored a run and is out. A diving play now from Nick Eli at third for the first out of this inning. So Monchi Rodriguez lines out to Eli, who made a great play diving to his left to glove that one. That'll bring up the left-handed swinging left fielder Tim Zhang. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Off speed, strike 1. Adam Donovan in his 5th inning of work, working with a 3-2 lead. He's given up 2 hits and walked 3. This one roped into center. McKenna over. It's going to drop. McKenna takes this one off the ankle and falls down. Colton Carney over, cuts it off. As Tim Zhang in to second. So Tim Zhang moves up. We'll see how they score that one. So it's a leadoff double, or a one-out double for Tim Zhang, as the pitch took a funky hop and was lined off of McKenna in center field. Toughest plays in center are the balls hit right at you, and that one was hit right at McKenna. This one from Donovan slips out of his hand and almost nails Austin Pollock in the head. There's one away in the top of the 5th. The tying run stands on second base for the Diamond Dogs against Adam Donovan here in the 5th. Donovan looked back from the stretch, the 1-0. Misses. Ball counts 2-0. Pollock, he's 1 for 2 tonight. The 2-0. Donovan from the stretch. Here it is. Misses high. Counts 3-0. Russ Olive waits on deck. He's 0 for 2 tonight. the right-handed hitting right fielder takes ball 4. So it's a 4-pitch walk
to the plate from Mohawk Valley. Number 24, Russ
from Adam Donovan,
Holly.
his 4th walk of the night. He's thrown 78 pitches through 4 1/3. He's thrown more balls than strikes tonight. There's runners on first and second. There's one out. The pitch inside. That's off the glove of Alaka to the net. It'll be a pass ball on Will Alaka. And now the go-ahead run stands on second base. So there's runners on second and third, and there's one out. After a line out to Alexis Mongi Rodriguez and Nick Eli, where he made a great diving play, a double and a walk, and then a pass ball has moved the runners to second and third. Donovan working from the stretch. The first pitch popped up. O'Connor back, finds it. About a step off the infield grass, makes the play for the second out of the inning. So Donovan, an out away from getting out of this one. Nate Konecki singled and drove in the game's first run in the first, reached on an error, and scored the Diamond Dogs' second run, his last time up in the 4th. He's got 25 hits on the summer. His 26th could give the Diamond Dogs the lead. Donovan from the stretch. The first pitch, breaking ball, strike 1. No one warming up in either bullpen here in Game 1 at Colburn Park. We're playing 2 7-inning games tonight. Game 2 scheduled to start about 30 minutes after Game 1. The one-strike pitch. Swung on and missed strike 2. Donovan, a strike away from getting out of this one. Working here in a 3-2 game in the top of the 5th with runners on second and third. Looking to strand these 2 runners. The 2-strike pitch. Fastball taken, looked good, no dice. Counts 1 and 2. So there's 1 ball, there's 2 strikes, and there's 2 outs. Pollock and Zhang take their leads off second and third. Zach Coker waits on deck. The 1-2 to the catcher, Konecki, already with an RBI tonight. Grounded up the middle. Santoro over. Backhand, gloves it, jump throw to Battaglia. The scoop is not in time. So the run will score from third. And it'll be a throwing error by the second baseman, Santoro. So no RBI, but the game is now tied.
Zach Coker.
Now Will Alaka with the runners on the corners will go out to his infield and give the signs. The second Pilot's error tonight. The hitter is Zach Coker. He's reached base twice, has walked. No official AB. First pitch breaking ball, strike 1. So Donovan looked like he was going to get out of this inning. But a throwing error by Zach Santoro has extended it. Donovan from the stretch. Runners on the corners, the 1-strike pitch. Breaking ball upstairs, ball 1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Popped up. Alaka gives it a look. Settles under it. He will make the play to end this inning. But not before the Diamond Dogs get 1. They tie this one up in the top of the 5th on 1 hit, 1 error in the inning. and one man left on base. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 in the bottom of the fifth when we get back. So Will Alaka will lead it off for the Pilots. Mohawk Valley tied this game up in the top of the fifth on an error, a throwing error from the second baseman, Zach Santoro. It'll be Alaka, Battaglia, and Poe against the new pitcher, Nick Carganata. Counts 1-0 to Alaka. Out of play. Counts 1 ball, 1 strike. Alaka was at the plate when Mike O'Connor was caught stealing to end the bottom of the fourth. Levi Abrahamson goes 2, walks the batter, and strikes out a batter. The 1-1 to Alaka. Strike 2. Nick Carganata, wearing number 15. He's 6'2", 215 from Buena, New Jersey, in North Carolina Central. He's a junior there, and he's appearing in his 7th game of the summer. This pitch is lined from Alaka into right center. He rounds first. He will take a big turn and stop right there as the throw was cut off by Manji Rodriguez.
Now coming up to the plate, number 78, Peter Battaglia.
It's a leadoff single off the new pitcher, Will Alaka. Nick Carganato in 6 previous games, 9 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 4 walks, 11 strikeouts. He has a 1.00 ERA. Battaglia is the hitter. He's 2 for 2 with 2 doubles tonight, and he squares the bunt. He pulls it back. Ball 1. So your big RBI guy, Battaglia, at the plate with a runner on first. He's already 2 for 2 tonight with an RBI double and a run scored, and he squares the bunt on the first pitch he sees from Carganata. He pulled it back to take ball one. Squares again, gets it down. Push towards the first side. Carganado will field it. Fire to first for the first out. So a successful sacrifice bunt by Pete Battaglia. And there's one away.
For your Newark Pilots, wearing number 9, Poe Schwan from Penn Catholic University.
That'll bring up Poe, the designated hitter tonight. He wears number 9. He's 1 for 2. Gives the home plate umpire Rick Elrod. And now we'll step into the right-handed batter's box. Got somewhat of a closed-off stance with his lead foot headed towards first and his back foot towards third. With the Laka on second, he takes inside ball one. Carganado working from the stretch, the 1-0. Swung on and missed, strike one. Alaka represents the go-ahead run at second base. Eddie Fournier working in the Pilots' pen. He went an inning and 2/3 last night. The 1-1. Thought about it, but it's going to be a strike two called to Poe. We're here in the bottom of the 5th. It's 3-3. Diamond Dogs tied the game up in their last AB. Poe swings through the 1-2, and he is retired for the second out. That'll bring up Colton Carney, the right fielder. Diamond Dogs scored their run on an error on the second baseman, Zach Santoro, that extended the inning. Hitter's Colton Carney, 0 for 2 tonight. One of 2 Pilots hitters to not reach base in this game. First pitch takes, strike one. The other to not reach base is John Ballier. He reached at least once. Nick Eli waits on deck. He has no official at-bat. 1 strike pitch. Popped back. Counts 0-2. Pilots looking to not waste a leadoff single from Will Alaka. Colton Carney with his long blonde locks hanging out of his batting helmet. The 2-strike pitch from Carganado. Taken below the knees. Counts 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Alaka leads off second base. Led off the inning with a single, then moved over on a sacrifice bunt. The 1-2 to Carney. Looped up. Manji Rodriguez over. Now the first baseman, Olive, will settle under it, make the play to end the inning. So no runs, 1 hit in the inning. After a leadoff single, the Pilots' bats just stall. They leave Alaka at second. We head to the 6th. We're all tied up at 3. Welcome back. Top of the sixth inning here at Colburn Park in game one of this doubleheader as we approach 7 o'clock here on the East Coast. The first batter that new pitcher Eddie Fournier will face is a pinch hitter. It'll be number 32, Dan Dealey. He's from Sonoma, California, and Sacramento State. So two California boys on the mound and at the plate working against each other. The first pitch from Fournier hits him in the back, so the leadoff man is on in this inning. That'll bring up the shortstop, Joe Engel. He is 0 for 1 with an RBI tonight. Eli in at third. Fournier from the stretch. Engel squares the bunt, pulls it back, and takes strike one. Fournier looks over. Eli charges. The one-strike pitch. Missed. Counts 1-1. Fournier working from the stretch. He's from Norwalk, California, and Cypress Community College. Bunt down. Eli charges. Only play to first. To Battaglia covering. So a successful sacrifice bunt for Joe Engel. And there's one away. Slight breeze blowing in towards the first base side. The batter is the center fielder, Ben Porter. He's 0 for 2 tonight and has been caught stealing. There's a runner on second. That's Dan Dealey. He pinch hit, was hit by a pitch, then moved over on the sacrifice bunt. Fournier looks back, fires the first pitch from Porter, pops it up. This one will land out of play, and the count's 0-1. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Mohawk Valley. 3 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for the Pilots. Adam Donovan started this game, went 5, 3 hits, 3 runs, just 1 earned, 4 walks, and 2 Ks. Fournier started his windup, then turned. Dan Dealey back into second safely with no throw. Fournier appearing in his 6th game of the summer. In 5 previous 6 1/3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 8 runs, 4 earned, 6 walks, 5 Ks. He's 0-1. He has a blown save and a 5.68 ERA. Ben Porter asked for time ahead from Eddie Fournier. We're in the top of the 6th here in game 1 of this 2-game doubleheader. Both games 7 innings long. Fournier now turned and fired, tried to pick off Dealey at second. Back in ahead of the tag from Zach Santoro. Fournier from the stretch. The one-strike pitch misses high. Counts 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 6th inning in this 3-3 game. Fournier working from the stretch. Looks back at second. Now fires the 1-1. It misses low. Count goes to 2-1. The 6th pitcher for the Pilots looking to keep this game tied. From the stretch. Looks back. The 2-1. Checked his swing. That's Porter. It was foul tipped towards the screen. Counts all evened up at 2s. The leadoff man, Alexis Manji Rodriguez, waits on deck. Fournier from the stretch, working to the center fielder, Ben Porter, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Porter down swinging. And Fournier is an out away from stranding the runner at second.
29, Alexis Manji Rodriguez.
That'll bring up the second baseman, Alexis Manji Rodriguez. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored tonight. The sophomore from Barry University. Waits for the first pitch from Fournier. Here it is from the stretch. It misses low, and it's ball 1. So there's 1 ball, no strikes, and 2 outs, and a runner on second base. That's the pinch hitter in the inning, Dan Dealey. The first pitch. Missed. Counts 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Dealey leads off second. The batter is Manji Rodriguez. The 2-0. Taken. Strike 1. Fournier from the stretch. Looks back at second. Now fires. Manji Rodriguez grounds this one off his foot and then his back. Counts 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second base representing the go-ahead run. Here in the top of the 6th. Fournier a strike away from getting out of this one. From the stretch, the 2-2. Lined into center field. This will be a base hit. McKenna over. Now fires towards the plate. The throw is cut off by Battaglia. It's a go-ahead RBI single from Alexis Manji Rodriguez. And the Diamond Dogs lead 4-3.
Now up for Mohawk Valley.
So Fournier comes in and gives up the go-ahead run on the 2-out single. Now the hitter is Tim Zhang. Alexis Manji Rodriguez leads off at first. Has not stolen a base all year. Now a strike is fired in from Rodriguez. Counts 0-1. Game 2 is set to start about 30 minutes after the conclusion of Game 1. Manji Rodriguez leads off first. This pitch in the dirt, bounced in front of Aloka. He throws down to second, not in time. It's a stolen base for Manji Rodriguez. And the Diamond Dogs have another man in scoring position with 2 away. So Aloka could not keep that ball in front of him. Or he did keep it in front of him, but the throw down to second was not in time. Two balls, 1 strike to Tim Zhang. Fired in a strike from Fournier. Counts 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 2-2 for Fournier. Line. This is going to be a base hit, and this one's going to be in the gap. Manji Rodriguez will score. Angle over. It will be a 2-out RBI double for him. And the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs have extended their lead to 5-3. So back-to-back 2-out RBI base hits for them, and the score is 5-3.
Winner is Russ Evo. Head on down to the hangar. Ichiro Suzuki was the answer.
Willalaco will go out and talk to Eddie Fournier. Fournier has given up 2 runs
Now up to Mohawk
on 2
Valley, number
hits
6, Austin Pollock.
in this top of the 6th. The Diamond Dogs have now scored in 3 consecutive innings. There's 2 away, and now the 6th hitter in the inning, Austin Pollock, will step up to the plate. First pitch from Fournier misses high. Counts 1-0. Pollock has singled and walked in his 3 plate appearances. Here he is with the runner in scoring position in the 6th. The 1-0. Gets the outside corner for strike 1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Fournier looking to get out of this one. The 1-1 from the stretch. Looks back at second, now fires. Misses up and in, almost hits Pollock. Counts 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Fournier from the stretch. Spins. No throw down to second as Tim Zhang is back in safely. The right fielder, number 6, Austin Pollock, is at the dish. The 2-1. Popped up at a play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runs home. Already in the inning for the Diamond Dogs. Fournier from the stretch. The 2-2. This one hits Pollock in the back. Base runner to reach with 2 away. And that'll extend the inning for the cleanup man, Russ Olive.
Now at the plate from Mohawk Valley, number 24, Russ Olive.
Russ Olive, the first baseman from UMass Lowell, digs into the left-handed batter's box against the righty Fournier. Lined in to right. This will be a base hit. Carney charges. Now fires towards the plate. Battaglia going to cut this one off. It's an RBI single for Russ Olive as Austin Pollock goes to third. 3 runs off Fournier here in the 6th. And now pitching coach Bennett Schultz is going to go out and talk to Eddie Fournier. And he is going to go to the pen. It'll be Ryan Allen when we get back. Pilots trail 6-3. So Eddie Fournier is pulled after 2/3 of an inning, hit 2 batters, allowed 3 hits, and 3 earned runs. The runners on the corners are both his responsibility. Pilots at one point led this game 3-1. Mohawk Valley has come back and now scored the last 5 runs to lead this game 6-3. The new pitcher for the Newark Pilots, appearing in his 3rd game for them, it's number 24, Ryan Allen. He's from Sackett's Harbor, New York, and Eckerd College. He's a sophomore there. He's a right-handed pitcher, listed at 6'1", 165. The batter he will face is Clay Konecki. Fires in a first pitch breaking ball for strike 1. Allen looks over at Russ Olive at first. Konecki checks his swing on the 1-strike pitch. Rick Elrod will ask Tim Adams for help. No dice. He did not go around. Counts 1-1. Olive leads off first. Pollock off third. Alaka will hold the fastball from Ryan Allen in the zone for another second, but no dice. Counts 2-1. Singles by Alexis Manji Rodriguez and Russ Olive, and a double by Tim Zhang have made this a 6-3 lead. The 2-1 misses outside. Counts 3-1. Ryan Allen working from the stretch. We are in the top of the 6th. The 3-1 is lined into center. McKenna goes back. Colton Carney goes back. McKenna will find it, settle under it, and make the play to end the inning. So Ryan Allen comes in out of the pen and makes the final out of the inning, but not before Mohawk Valley takes the lead. They scored 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors in the inning, and 2 men left on base. It'll be Eli, Santoro, and O'Connor when we get back in the bottom of the 6th. Pilots trail by 3. It'll be a new pitcher for Mohawk Valley when we get back. So Nick Carganato pitches the top of the 5th, or the bottom of the 5th, allows 1 hit to Will Alaka, then gets the next 3 batters retired. It'll now be Johan Duorer on the mound for the Diamond Dogs. He's from Dogville, New York, and Mohawk Valley Community College. Standing at 6'3", 190, working from the windup. A sidearm motion, first pitch to Eli, bounced foul up the first baseline. Counts 0-1. Nick Eli, no official at-bat tonight, has been hit by a pitch and scored a run. Sacrifice fly for the Pilots. He digs in, the first batter to face Newark. 1-strike pitch taken for strike 2. 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Mohawk Valley. 3 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for the Pilots. Strike pitch from Newark popped up. The catcher, Konecki, will give it a look. No dice. Counts 1 and 2. Newark in his 8th game, 9 2/3 previous, 3 hits, 2 runs, none of them were earned. 3 walks and 12 strikeouts. The 2-strike pitch up and into Eli. Counts 2 and 2. Ryan Allen back throwing in the pen after getting the final out of the inning. The 1-2 is taken for strike 3. Nick Eli down looking for the first out here in the bottom of the 6th.
Zach Santoro from Notre Dame College.
Pilots down to their final 5 outs tonight. And the hitter will be Zach Santoro. He's 1 for 2 tonight and has also made an error. That error led to the tying Diamond Dogs run in the top of the 5th. He takes outside for ball 1. Mike O'Connor waits on deck. The 1-0. Swung on, fouled back. Counts 1 and 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 6th of this doubleheader of game 1. Both games will be 7 innings. The 1-1 from Newark. Santoro thought about it. Checks his swing. Rick Elrod going to say he went around for strike 2. Newark working from the windup. The sophomore from Mohawk Valley Community College fires into 1-2. Lined right back up the middle. It'll be a base hit for Zach Santoro. He's got his 2nd hit of the night. He's 2 for 3.
Now coming up to the
and has a runner on for the Pilots with 1 away. That'll bring up the Pilots shortstop, Michael O'Connor. He's reached base both his plate appearances tonight. Singled in the 2nd, walked in the 4th. He's also made an error tonight, and we'll see what he can do in the bottom of the 6th. The leadoff man, Mark McKenna, waits on deck. First pitch to O'Connor, taken upstairs for strike 1. Newark working from the stretch for the first time tonight. 1 straight pitch misses. Counts all even up at 1. Santoro leads off first. He's single. After Nick Eli struck out looking to start the inning. The 1-1 popped up out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner leads off first. 1-2. Way outside. Counts 2 and 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Mike O'Connor is the hitter. The pitcher is Newark. Johan Newark on the mound from the stretch, the 2-2. Swung on, foul tipped off the mask of Clay Konecki. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. O'Connor steps out and looks at the third base coach for the sign. With his hands pulled up about halfway over his socks. And a shin guard on his left ankle. The 2-2. Thought about it just off the plate. And the count is full. So O'Connor sees a full count for the 3rd time tonight. Singled on the first one, walked on the second one as he steps out and takes a deep breath ahead of the payoff pitch. Santoro at first, he stays. The 3-2 misses up and in, ball four. So a one-out single and a one-out walk has two runners on for the Pilots and their leadoff man, Mark McKenna, center fielder. He's 0 for 2 tonight with an RBI hit by pitch. And now the pitching coach is going to go out to the mound and talk to Johan Duor. The entire infield and Clay Konecki will join him on the mound. The tying run is at the plate for the Pirates here in the bottom of the sixth. They trail 6-3 after the Diamond Dogs got 3 in the top half of this inning off Eddie Fournier. McKenna with a base hit and Santoro running at second possibly could shrink this Diamond Dogs lead. Rick Elrod gives the ready for play, and Mark McKenna steps in. The first pitch taken outside, ball one. Look to that one right into the glove of Clay Konecki. McKenna from the left-handed batter's box. Duor from the stretch. Lines this one to right. This one is deep to right, and it's going to be a base hit. McKenna rounds first. He heads to second. Santoro rounds third. He'll head home. O'Connor will be stopped at third. It's an RBI double for Mark McKenna, and the score is 6-4.
Behind your Newark Pilots.
It's McKenna's second RBI of the night and his first hit. And that'll bring up John Ballier, a tying run in scoring position at second base. Santoro's first run of the night. Ballier with a chance to do some damage. The first pitch to him swung on, fouled back. Ballier and Colton Carney, the only two Pilots who have yet to reach base against Diamond Dog pitching tonight. The one-strike pitch swung on, fouled out of play. Counts 1-1. McKenna's second RBI on the day with that double. Ballier pops back the 1-2 pitch, or the 2-strike pitch. Count remains 0-2. The RBI for McKenna is 2 today. Gives him 5 on the summer. Alaka, or now Ballier against, lines this one to center field. This one's deep. This one's way back. It is caught by the center fielder, but deep enough to drive in O'Connor from third. So it's a sacrifice fly and an RBI for John Ballier. And it's 6-5.
Now coming to the plate for your Newark Pilots from the University of Virginia.
So Ballier's first RBI of the night, 9th of the year.
And it's got to be louder. Behind your Newark Pilots.
Drives in O'Connor from third. And that brings up Will Alaka looking to extend this inning. But it'll have to wait as the Diamond Dogs are going to go and pull the ball from Johan Duor. His night is over after 2/3 of an inning. It'll be a new pitcher against Will Alaka when we get back. So after just 2/3 of an inning, Johan Duor's night is over. Gave up an RBI double to Mark McKenna and then a sacrifice fly to John Ballier. The Pilots have cut this lead to 6-5. Zach Venaro is on the mound. He's 6'6", 220 from Utica, New York, and Mount Olive College, where he's a junior. He wears number 30 and he throws with his right arm. And the first batter he will face is Will Alaka. With a chance to drive in the tying run, Mark McKenna from third. The no batting glove look for the catcher, Alaka. The first pitch from the stretch, taken for strike one. Venaro pitching to Konecki. It's his 8th game, 11 2/3, 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 18 strikeouts, and a 3.08 ERA. 18 strikeouts all out of the pen. The 1-0 or the 0-1 pitch misses, counts 1-1. Alaka, the catcher, looking to tie this thing up. 6-5 in the bottom of the 6th of game 1 of this doubleheader. The 1-1 outside off the plate, counts 2-1. McKenna on third, waiting for a ball to scoot away from Konecki, where he could score on a wild pitch or a pass ball. The 2-1. Working from the stretch is Venaro. Alaka takes inside, counts 3-1. Peter Battaglia waits on deck. He's 2 for 2. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The catcher, Alaka, is at the plate. McKenna leads off third. The 3-1 from the stretch. Swung on, fouled back. Count is full. So the payoff pitch coming with 2 outs from Zach Venaro, the big right-hander for the Diamond Dogs, to Alaka from the stretch. Swung on, popped up. Second baseman back, right fielder in. Austin Pollock will settle under it, make the play to end the inning. But the Pilots get 2. 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 walk in the inning, and 1 run left on base. We head to the top of the 7th. Ryan Allen back on the mound, looking to keep this game at a 1-run contest. We'll be right back.
Up, Zach Coker, number 3.
It'll be Coker, Dealey, and Engel, 6, 7, and 8 against Ryan Allen in the top of the 7th of the 7-inning game 1. Pilots trail 6-5. Coker's first pitch swinging. Fouls out of play for strike 1. He is 0 for 1 tonight and has walked twice. Both walks came against Adam Donovan, the Pilots starter. Ryan Allen got the final out of the top of the sixth, relieving Eddie Fournier, who went 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 3 runs, and a strikeout. The 1-strike pitch from Ryan Allen misses high. Counts 1-1. Zach Coker, the sophomore from Alabama, at the dish. The 1-1 from Allen. Swung on, fouled back. Counts 1-2. Pilots will need at least one to extend the game in the bottom of the seventh. Game 2 scheduled to start 30 minutes after the conclusion of Game 1. The 1-2 pitch misses inside. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. To Zach Coker, the 2-2. Lined into center field. McKenna back, Carney now over in right. He'll settle under it, make the play for the first out of the inning. So back-to-back flyouts spanned across 2 innings for Ryan Allen. And that'll bring up number 32, Dan Dealey. Pinch hit for Nico Ramos in the top of the 6th and was hit by an Eddie Fournier pitch. The first pitch that Fournier threw out of the pen and came around to score on an RBI single from Alexis Manji Rodriguez. Alaka will go out and talk to Ryan Allen ahead of the first pitch to Dealey. Working from the stretch, or working from the windup with nobody on. First pitch, breaking ball, dropped in for strike 1. The 1-strike pitch. Lined out of play. Counts 0-2. 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Mohawk Valley. 5 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for the Pilots. We're in the top of the 7th of this 7-inning Game 1. Game 2, 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. The 2-strike pitch misses high. Count goes to 1-2. Clear skies here at Colburn Park just after 7:30 on the East Coast. The breaking ball, ring him up. Ryan Allen drops in a breaking ball for a called strike 3. So after a strikeout to Dan Dealey, that'll bring up the shortstop Joe Engel with 2 away. He is 0 for 1 tonight with an RBI ground out. The first pitch downstairs, 1-0. It'll be Chris Vitale starting Game 2 for the Pilots. The 1-0 popped up. Alaka over, Santoro over. Battaglia will call for it, make the play. The inning is over. So Mohawk Valley goes 1, 2, 3 in the top of the 7th. Pilots will have Battaglia, Poe, and Colton Carney. They need one to extend this game. We'll be right back to Colburn Park.
Niagara University.
So Peter Battaglia will step in. He's 2 for 2 tonight with an RBI double and a double and a run scored. So he has 2 doubles for his 2 hits. He's also had a sacrifice bunt. He's the first baseman, and he will face Zach Venara, who got the final out in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch, strike 1. It'll be Battaglia, Poe, and Colton Carney here in the bottom of the 7th. The Pilots will need at least 1 to extend this game 1 of this doubleheader. The 1-strike pitch from Venaro, swung on, fouled off the top of the glove by Konecki. It's 0-2. Battaglia, the first baseman, set to dig back in. Looking to get on to lead off this inning. The 2-strike pitch misses outside. Counts 1-2. Poe, 1 for 3 tonight, waits on deck. The 1-2 to Battaglia, broke his bat. A slow roller up the first base line, bobbled by the pitcher, and Battaglia is going to get on. So a leadoff hit by Battaglia on a play where he didn't think it was going to be on. He thought it hit off his feet, but the bat was broken.
Pilots, louder. Now coming up, number 9, Coach Pond,
and
University.
With Poe going up to the plate, they're going to send up a pinch hitter. The pinch hitter is going to be Hunter Wells. Hunter Wells, number 2, from Richmond, Texas, and Tyler Junior College. Appeared in his summer debut last night. Went 1 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. The switch hitter will bat in the left-handed batter's box. Pinch hitting for the DH, Poe. After the leadoff man Battaglia reached on a broken bat infield single to start this bottom of the 7th off. Left-handed batter's box. Squares the bunt, pulls it back, and takes strike 1. So Poe's day is done. He goes 1 for 2. Wells, who played third base last night, at the dish. 1-strike pitch, squares the bunt again, gets it down in front of the mound. Venaro fires to first for the out. So a successful sacrifice bunt for Hunter Wells, and the pinch hitter is retired for the first out.
Get the fans louder. That's it. And behind your Newark Pilots, coming up to the plate from Seton Hill.
So coming up to the plate with a runner in scoring position, it's Colton Carney. Carney 0 for 3 tonight. Battaglia, the tying run, leads off of second. He's 3 for 3 tonight in game 1. First pitch from Venaro. Carney could not lay off the pitch at the letters for strike 1. Nick Eli waits on deck. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Carney at the plate looking to extend this game. A 1-strike pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Pilots have left 7 base runners on in this game and don't want to make it 8. Have to drive Battaglia in to extend this one. Venaro looks back. The 2-strike pitch to Carney. Swung on, fouled off the noggin of Konecki. Count remains 0-2. Battaglia leads off second. Carney at the plate, looking to drive him in. Nick Eli waits on deck. Venaro, the 6'6" right-hander, looks in. Looks back, now fires the 2-strike pitch from the stretch. Popped it up. Olive over towards the fence. He will run out of room as the ball gets out of play. Carney stays alive. Count still 0-2. 2-strike pitch to Colton Carney from the stretch. Here it is. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Vernaro went to the off-speed pitch to get the out. And that will send up Nick Eli as the Pilots' final hope.
Newark Pilots from Notre Dame College, number 7, Nick Eli.
Eli will go down and get a verbal signal from Franklin Bush at third. The tying run is at second. It's 6-5. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Pilots 1 out away from losing game 1. Vernaro from the stretch. The first pitch to Eli. Thought about it, and it's going to be a called strike 1. Rick Elrod behind the plate. Tim Adams, the field umpire. Battaglia, the tying run, leads off second. Vernaro from the stretch. The 1-strike pitch to Eli. Thought about it, lays off. Counts 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the 7th. Pilots an out away from dropping game 1. They have the tying run in scoring position. The 1-1. On the outside corner for strike 2. And now they're down to their final strike. Let's see if Nick Eli can extend this game. The tying run, that's Battaglia, is on second. The 1-2 from the stretch to Eli. Grounded to second. Munoz Rodriguez charges, now fires to first in time for the final out of game 1. So the Pilots dropped this one 6-5 in 7 innings. Give it about 30 minutes, and we'll be back for game 2 here from Colburn Park.